Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Good girl. Good girl. Willow, focus. Hey. Focus. Good girl. Willow, sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You're doing so well. So proud of you. Hey, you touch? Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Hi everybody, my name is Brittany and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would just do kind of an easy chatty video. We're just, I'm just hanging out here, just me and Willow, as you saw. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? What's that? No, don't really want to say hi. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, so, but as you can see, if you look, I guess I'll just, let's see if I can turn the camera around for you guys. Just a second, she's, get something, there we go. You can see, she's just hanging out here with me, being a good girl. And so yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about sort of why I have a sort of why I have a service dog in training. I am training her myself. Willow, I want to train her to do a number of things, including helping me to stand up and to walk across slippery or uneven surfaces because I have bad balance, I have knee issues, and I will fall. For those of you who saw my post the other day when I wasn't feeling great, I am happy to report that I am feeling quite a bit better now. I'm still not 100%, but I think I am better enough to... What? Give me a second here. Sorry, guys. Hey. Hey. Willow, focus. Good girl. Good girl. Sorry, guys. Just getting her attention on me and away from whatever she's looking at. That's better. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. So, yeah. So, I am feeling quite a bit better. I'm still not feeling 100% better, but I am feeling better enough to start reading again and start getting back to making videos. So I am very excited about that. Excuse me. I do have a little bit of an asthma cough. It's just simply because of the weather. I have a bit of a snow mold allergy, and that's a problem around here. So, yeah. So, but by summer that'll be all gone. Anyway, so yeah, so we're just here hanging out, and I wanted to talk to you guys kind of about why I have Willow, why I got her, and what her job is going to be for me. So just basically, I got her to help me with my autism meltdowns, to help me with balance across even or uneven or slippery surfaces, and just to have her help me day to day with anxiety. I have really bad anxiety, and so she will often put her paws up on my lap, and she puts her weight on me and provides me with deep pressure therapy, and it's just really, really nice. Everything that she does for me. She can alert me to an oncoming panic attack. These are all things that I'm training her to be able to do, and I'm very happy that I am. I'm very excited to be training her and working with her. She's a very, very smart dog. Easily distracted, but very smart. And she definitely picks up on things very quickly. So that I'm very happy about. She's doing very, very well. There are still some things, though, that we do need to work on. One of her biggest issues is just sort of being reactive and losing focus on me. So, especially other dogs, she does not like other dogs, especially if they come around me. She will get very defensive. And so that's something that we are working on, making other dogs a positive experience. And it is starting to change. She's starting to see other dogs as more of a positive thing now, as opposed to something negative that she needs to react to. So that's really good. But yeah, she's doing very, very well. And I love her to death. She's my best friend. She my girl. Aren't you, baby? Yeah, I know you got yours back. You always have your ears back when you're listening. All the time. And it's so silly because it makes you look like you're unhappy, but you're really not. You're quite happy because your tail is wagging. Mm-hmm. My girl? Mwah. I love you. Yes, I do. Yeah, so that's what I got her to help me with. I may make a video just sort of going through some of her gear. If that's something you guys would be like, let me know what you guys want to see. Like, do you guys want to see more autism videos, more booktube content? I mean, I do quite a bit of booktube content anyway, but I would be happy to do some more autism videos. The other thing that seems to have developed with me is right in here, I seem to have this lump that's developed, and it can be quite painful at times, and it does make my throat feel a little bit raw. I'm also having some issues with acid reflux a little bit. So, yeah. So that's kind of been a little bit of an issue. But, yeah, no, we're definitely still working on things. I don't know what that little whine was about. That wasn't even her, actually. That was the other dog. There's another dog that comes around here quite frequently, and so I try to keep her away from him because he's not friendly, but he will sometimes come to the edge of our yard and he will whine, and it sounds like it's her whining, but it's really not. So yeah, but in either case, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting her to help me with. If you'd like to see any videos kind of on some of her training or some of the things that I'm doing with her, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see sort of a gear review, kind of like the things that I've found work best with us? Or do you want to see, just certain things? I've tried lots of different kinds of gear. Just trial and error, finding out what works with her and what works best for us. So yeah, so it's been very good. So yeah, so if you guys want to just let me know what you'd like to see. But yeah, that's what she helps me with. She helps me with meltdown. She helps me with panic attacks, alerting me to one coming on. She helps me to know if my asthma is acting up, if I need to take my inhaler. I want a trainer to help me with that. I want a trainer to fetch me things that I need, like my inhaler if I need it. If I'm in the middle of an asthma attack and I need my inhaler, I want to train her to get that for me. There's lots of different things that I want to train her to do. The deep pressure therapy was just kind of natural. And also just sort of the alerting was also just kind of natural for her. She would pick up on my anxiety and she just sort of started pawing at me, letting me know that something was off. So that really was a good sign. I was able to, we're just kind of working on kind of just getting that behavior, just kind of refining it, and it's really great because it's something that she's naturally inclined to do anyways. So yeah, so it's quite good. It's quite good. Yeah. Just got her here. She's looking. Yeah. Good girl. Touch. Good girl. And that touch command is just to get her to touch my hand, but she does, touch the table, touch the wall, touch the stairs, touch the stool, touch the chair. She's looking at me as I'm saying them. It's okay, baby. Yeah, so she does all of that. Yeah, I really love working with her. Now, in case you're wondering about breed, my husband's dog is named Evie. She is an Aussie Shepherd who he is also training to be a service dog for him to help him with his BPD, his rage and anger issues, just in terms of alerting him to oncoming episodes, helping him to remember things. He suffers from memory issues. So helping him to remember things and that it's quite good. So I'm really excited for them, and she's a really fantastic dog. My Willow here. Here. Willow, say hi. Say hi. She's looking at me like, what do you want me to do with this phone? Yeah. So she is an Aussie cattle dog. Now, one thing is, I wasn't actually sure about getting her at first because when I went to the breeders, I was looking at 3 different breeds, a lab, a Boston Terrier, and the Aussie cattle dog. And the Boston Terriers were just way too out of control. Like, the parents were completely out of control. Like, there was no training there whatsoever. And not only that, but the pups were just very genetically, like, I could see, like, they weren't overly healthy. Like, they were healthy enough, but I didn't like the conditions. I didn't like what I saw when I went to that breeder. I didn't like the way that they spoke to me. There was just a lot of kind of omens that I didn't like, and there wasn't a dog that I really found that I really wanted. And then there was a black lab puppy who I saw. He was the cutest thing. But what turned me off of him was the fact that labs are very prone to obesity, and that is something that I know would be a problem. Like, it wouldn't, not that it would be a problem, but they're just not the greatest dog for me, in terms of that. Especially labs can get quite lazy, and because my activity level is very up and down, labs need very consistent exercise, or else they get heavy very quickly. They can get very obese, and it's just not good when my activity level is so up and down. Now, the Aussie cattle dog, I had heard they were a very high energy dog, and they are, but not in the way you might think. When I went to the breeder, I actually was looking at her sister originally, and then I was out in the yard just playing with all the puppies and the mom, and the mom she kind of let out a little growl. She growled at me, and Willow came and just very calmly placed herself in between me and the mother dog. And she kind of curled herself around me and then kind of looked back at the mother dog. Like, she didn't growl or anything, but it was as if to say, hey, like, don't growl at my who could potentially be my human kind of thing. So, and she was just so loving. I picked her up. She was the only one of her siblings that didn't struggle when I picked her up. She was very fine with being picked up. She was fine with pretty much everything. The only thing, I didn't really like the conditions there either, but I didn't really like the conditions of any of the breeders that I saw, so. But for her, though, she was a very clean puppy. She was very healthy, bright-eyed. She just really looked good, and yeah, she was a little bit nervous. She's always had a little bit of nervousness in her. I know, which is not great for a service dog, but no service dog is going to be perfect. Every single service dog, there's going to be things you have to work through, things you have to kind of get over and kind of work with. So it was the same thing when I had the dog I had before her was not officially trained as a service dog, but she just kind of naturally did all the things that a service dog does, and she was a golden retriever, and she was wonderful. But again, there were things we had to train out of her. There were things we had to work through. Like, for example, she was not the best at learning the recall. The recall didn't come instantaneously to her like it did to Willow. Willow learned the recall learned her name almost instantaneously. Yeah, the Ray, my previous dog, she took a long time to learn that. And not only learn it, but she was stubborn. Like, there were times when I would call her and she would turn and look at me, and then she would take off the other way towards the road, which was very dangerous. So we really had to work with her on that. You know, not listening, that kind of thing was a big thing with the Golden that I had. But after a few years, about 3 years, is when my Golden really started to listen and get good at what she did. She took about 3 years, and I know different service dogs take different amounts of time. So I am definitely not taking Willow. Willow just turned 2. So I'm definitely not taking her for her public access test until she is at least 3. At least. Excuse me. Hey, leave it. Leave it. Good girl. Good girl. She was wanting to smell the cat. Leave it. Good girl. Sit. Sit. I don't know if you can see, but she did sit instantaneously. Good girl. Good girl. So, yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much the story. I ended up picking Willow, and I ended up picking her, and I picked her up, and I looked at her, and I said, I'm gonna call you Willow. Yes, I am. And the reason why people always think that Willow is a boy's name, because they think of the movie, but when I look at her colors, I don't know why, but I think of a willow tree. I can't explain why, but I do. I think of a branch off of a willow tree every time I see her. And I've always loved willow trees. They've always been one of my favorite trees, so the weeping willow. So I absolutely love her. She's wonderful. She's amazing. There's some things she does really well, some things we have to work on. And yeah, so anyway, I guess that's about all I wanted to say in this video. Let me know what video you'd like to see next. Do you want to see another service dog video? Do you want to see a autism related video? I guess it's kind of both. Do you want to see a booktube video? Let me know down below what you'd like to see. Okay. Autism related, which includes service dog or booktube. Those are the two types of videos that I make here on this channel. So let me know what you'd like to see. Alright guys, talk to you next time. Bye!